Hi, everybody! Welcome to Sparkle Heart Magic Force Go, everyone's favorite revival anime about magical girls trying desperately to rebuild their friendship in the face of trauma after 10 years. Before we get into it, uh, everyone should introduce themselves. I'm very good at openings, by the way. You should know that. So we're gonna go around and say your name, pronoun, who you're playing, all that jazz, whatever you want, and tell everyone your character's favorite memory, whether or not it is of being a magical girl. Sorry, I was supposed to say this first. Cam, why don't you start?
Well, yeehaw! How's it going? I am Cameron. You see him pronouns. I am playing Tallahassee Stirrup, and Tallahassee's favorite memory is probably in her profession as a troubadour. It was the night she learned how to, what they call in the biz, surf and turf. It's when you can stand on top of the bull while it rides for the whole 8 seconds. She did it for 15, which they say is enough to really like keep you bow-legged for a while, but she doesn't care. And then that night, her trainer, Spittoon Sandy, took her out to a lovely lobster and steak dinner to, symbolism. And then, they went and got drunk and made fun of line dancers.
That is the most country thing you can do, is make fun of line dancers, I think.
Yeah.
Of course, as a trans woman, when I hear somebody say that their favorite memory is surfing the turf, I think something very different.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing, for legal reasons, not actually doing violent things to transphobes, Eve, do you want to go next?
Well, I make no promises on the legality of what I do to bigots. Anyways, hi, I'm Eve, she, her. I'm playing Belladonna Sawyer, aka Song Guardian, who is also coincidentally she, her, because I spent 20 years not being she, her, so I'm gonna live it up. Yeah, I think Sawyer's favorite memory is her first live show, which was done with the band Bigfoot Roadkill, thrash metal, and just like that final song that they did with the 8 people in the crowd in this totally not super illegal backyard bar, and it just feeling that energy after a live show.
I feel like that show had to involve somebody asking if the bar had a liquor license and just everyone laughing until they left.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although Cherry appears to be a shadow entity haunting the stream from the depths of memory, Jess is actually here. So Jess, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm a ghost tonight because I'm having technical difficulties. Anyway, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her. I'll be playing Cherry, the scoundrel. Cherry's happiest memory is when all of the gals had just become mystic guardians, and they had just had their first big victory and defeated an Eidolon, and they all went battered and bruised to the local all-night diner and just ate and laughed and were tired and were victorious, and it was amazing and perfect, and that is her happiest memory.
Cut to the reality of that memory, and it's everybody sitting there shaking and kind of freaked out.
Covered in blood.
Perfect. That has nothing to do with the themes of our story.
No.
Absolutely none.
None. Speaking of absolutely no relation to the themes of our story, Juicy, would you introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I am Juicy Garland, and I am playing Sunbeam, our solar guardian. And I think her favorite memory has to be the first time she ever got an A on a spelling test in, like, kindergarten when she was 6. And the just pure dopamine rush of being told she did something right and that she was smart has been a dragon she has been chasing for the last 22 years.
I have no idea what that's like. You're not talking about my
None.
life at all.
Not at all. Not your life, not my life, not anybody else's life. This is totally original and has never happened before.
Any resemblance to people who may or may not actually exist is completely accidental.
Correct.
Speaking of people who may or may not exist, Saul, you're too awesome to exist for certain. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Solstice. I use all of the neo pronouns, and I'm playing Adrian, who uses they, she pronouns. I guess Adrian's happiest memory, I think, is a bit more recent. I think it's when, like, the first time that they went to the roller derby and, like, had, like, their team and were able to start training with them and, like, really felt like, for the first time since the Magical Girls, they had a community that they didn't accidentally become a part of.
Community they joined on purpose
Yeah,
instead of being conscripted.
And a
exactly.
community that they like, and an activity they can get better at over time rather than worse.
Rather than just, like, getting their ass kicked.
That's a really good memory. I like that memory. Hi, everybody. I have 19 different names, and I just saw a volume thing flash in front of my face on the Twitch stream. Hi, everybody. I have 19 names. One of them is Gandalfina Face and Heart. I use 3 different sets of pronouns. One of them is B-Bimbos, the bimbo pronouns. And I'm playing everybody else in the world because I am your game mistress. My favorite memory as the world is a memory from outside of the world when when Saul told me what would get Adrian smitten with somebody, and then Cam begged me on his knees for about 10 minutes
I'm gonna get on my
to
knees
let
right
him
now.
know. That's my
Look.
favorite memory as the world.
Look, I need the world to tell me all of its secrets, please. I just want to make a smitten roll.
You don't roll to be smitten.
I roll to entice.
There you go. That you do. Speaking of enticing, if you happen to have $5 lying around, or no money if you have Amazon Prime, because you can do it for free if you have Amazon Prime, you should subscribe to Enchanting Sorcery. Why should you do that, you ask? Because if we get 22 more subs, our producer, who is also our favorite channel point troll, will get a Sparkle Heart Magic Force Go tattoo. I believe the options are the logo that you can see at the center of your screen that looks like a pentacle, or Nautie, who you can see right above that symbol. Though she has mysteriously been producing little icons for each episode so far. Maybe we can even convince them to get a line of the episode icons all the way down some part of their body. So yes, you should subscribe. You should buy other people a subscription. You should buy me a subscription because I'm running the game and I'm not a subscriber. We need 22 more to get that. And if we get 25 beyond that 20, we get a total of 75 subscribers, Baba Yaga has said that she will let us choose where she gets the tattoo. So you should do that. Speaking of channel points, you can also spend those on various things, including including a cute critter companion cameo. I can talk. An indulgent outfit transformation description, a flashback, either personal or group flashback, or I can draw a card from this Sailor Moon tarot deck that you can get off of Etsy that I got specific permission to use from the creator. And if you are curious and want to buy it yourself, I am going to do the thing that lets you see where. I thought that was going to do it. I have to remember what the command is. Anyway, if Baba Yaga, if you could help with that command, was it SMHG Tarot? Anyway, I need to run a game. Oh, before I run the game though, I do have time to work that out. So you were going to do a recap for us of what has come to this point. Spill the tea, Adrian. Dish, what's the hot goss?
Oh god. Well, okay. First, well, the whole thing with Sawyer being not medieval, Viking happened, and then Cherry couldn't remember who Sawyer was, and there was a big argument, and Tallahassee was smitten, and then Adrian stood up for herself, and then Tallahassee was smitten, and then Sawyer went and committed violence, and Tallahassee was smitten, and then there was this weird nostalgia fog, and then Sawyer was talking to a ghost about her past, I think, and then her sword got stolen by the ghost, who was a 13-year-old blurry-faced version of Song Guardian. And then Sawyer brought a gun to a sword fight, and we asked Nautie where Solar Guardian was, and Nautie was just really ominous about it, just really not helpful. And then, the rest of us saw the fog, and then another fight broke out, because Sawyer thought that we're all dangerous, and then we were like, we're not dangerous, we need you to help us, and there was a big fight, and then, Sawyer finally opened up a little bit, but there was so much arguing. And then Tallahassee did a very moving performance of Closer by 9 Inch Nails, where she summoned a magical bull that had a little thing on its forehead that was shaped like Solar Guardian's sword. And somehow that was what really diffused the situation. And then we saw an ad for Sharp, where hearts always sparkle and childhood never ends.
That's amazing. I love that. I love that so much. Also, Saul, evidently I have become you. So I have been blessed to have become you on the Twitch stream overlay. Juicy, you have to be me.
All right, so then a couple of monsters fly down from the sky and attack you. What do you do?
Yes.
I take out my gun that I still have.
Solar Guardian just isn't here for all this violence. Like, we should really just be above this.
Yes, I love it. Also, I love that there are now 2 Juicies. How can we get better?
Oh, this is amazing.
It's so good. It's so good.
I enjoy the chaos.
I told you all that Baba Yaga was a troll. Speaking of chaos, the camera opens up in Samsara skating, as it has done now for the 3 prior episodes. And it is in fact opening up in a prior episode, as we see after the fight with the Eidolons, all of the Mystic Guardians bickering, arguing with each other. Sawyer still bleeding from on her back from the sword strike. And after repeating several frames, because of course this is anime, you have to repeat animation, the camera suddenly pans over to Solar Guardian, standing watching her former friends, argue. The edges of the image, the edges of the camera, begin to gain that misty sort of effect. It's often used to tell you that we're in a dream sequence. So it's looking more and more like a dream sequence the closer we zoom into Solar Guardian, as the mist grows deeper and thicker and stronger. The audience, though not, of course, Solar Guardian, might recognize a certain similarity in this mist to the mist that Solar Guardian does not yet know is filling the streets outside of the skating rink. Solar Guardian, you hear suddenly the bickering quiets, and you suddenly hear the shuffling of paper, childish giggles, somebody, some sort of small body, small human, running way too fast over a rug. And there's steps of somebody much larger than you, moving through the space, gently, warmly, familially, rustling paper as they go. And then you hear, as you get distracted from the bickering, which is now pretty much completely fallen away, you're in some sort of a strange state where you don't even notice that they're bickering. You hear a familiar voice that you haven't thought of, maybe haven't thought about in a very long time, saying, Good job, Sonny. You did work really hard on this one.
Look, Daddy, look.
It is.
4.
Oh, yeah, 2 of that. Okay. You say, look, and you turn, and you are in the memory. You are being picked up in front of your elementary school. Your dad is kneeling in front of you. You're holding up the piece of paper. You are 6 years old. And there are serpents slithering in the sky in the shape of fingerprints, and the sun is plastic. Ah, you got an A. That's so good.
Yeah. Look, it says I'm smart.
Well, it says A, but that does mean you're smart.
I got them all right.
Yes, that's what it means. You got them all right. We're gonna have to get you some sort of a reward for this. What would you like?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. We'll get you ice cream for sure. Come on into the van, honey.
Do I notice the strangeness?
You do. You will in a moment.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And she will like throw her backpack into the car, hop on in, and like buckle her seatbelt with great determination.
As you throw the backpack, you take off the backpack, you sling it, you're moving forward. You hear this rustling crinkle fills your ears and your head. Out of nowhere, it's not attached to anything that's happening in the scene. It almost sounds like a plastic wrapper, but hugely magnified. And when you throw your backpack into the car, which is you throw things to gain power a lot. That's how you transform into Solar Guardian. As you throw it into the car, your fingertips suddenly brush against glass. And you realize that the memory, you are seeing the memory in a mirror that is in front of you. That you are not actually in the memory. And around you, there's nothing but grayness. Just you and this mirror in front of you. You have a moment before I have something else happen. Do you do anything?
You're muted.
If she snaps back to who and when she actually is,
Yes.
I think she might try to punch the mirror.
So as you rear back to punch the mirror, time gets a bit funky to a certain extent. As you hear behind you, you hear sound. You hear the sound of a record needle being placed on the record. And then the like scratchy as it catches the groove, and you can hear what's on the record. Which is, thank you all for coming today. I know there's not many of you, but luckily the chapel was cheap. I'm happy that some have come out to remember Sunbeam's life. It was unremarkable, but it was full of warmth, nonetheless, as it is for us all. Wish I had more to say about her. And then a screech as the needle is pulled off of the record. It is followed by the sound of a cassette fumbling into a cassette player. And the winner of the University Fellowship in Anthropology is Sunbeam for her groundbreaking article in the Journal of Anthropology, which has won her so many awards. And then that fades. And you hear a radio tuning in, that old like, and you hear Tallahassee.
Sunbeam, you have to have passion.
After that,
You have
Oh, go ahead. Didn't realize you had more.
That was it.
Oh. After that, you hear an old cathode ray TV turn on. That like weird ring that comes up, and that opens up to the sounds of a busy bar, and you hear one woman's voice speaking in that sort of low, slightly husky tone you reserve for a hot date or meeting an old friend. Oh, you had Professor Sunbeam for Anthropology 101? God, I remember her. She was such a bad teacher. I had no idea what she was doing. Then router sounds, the old AOL signing on, that horrid, monstrous sound I'm not even going to try to mimic. And then you hear Sawyer.
Oh, thank you, Sunbeam, for introducing me to all them herbs and crystals and meditations. It really helped me to get off all my bad habits, what with the smoking and the drinking.
And then the sound of Netflix starting up, that ba-boom. Oh, Professor Sunbeam, we just wanted to get you something to celebrate 20 years of being the best professor in the school. My older brother had you, my father had you, and we've all talked about you at holidays our entire lives. So please enjoy this car. And then your fist connects with the mirror, which shatters not like glass, but like a candy shell. Like when you smash like an M&M between your teeth, and it pokes in your tongue. Gets
Like
in between
ribbon
your teeth,
candy, the
makes you
worst.
cry. What was that?
Like ribbon candy, the worst of all candies.
The worst of all candies. And it leaves you just in a silent black void. There's nothing around you. Oh, actually, scratch that. It leaves you in a moment of nothing. You don't even exist, though you're experiencing it. It's just blackness. And as if in a Tarantino movie, you hear a few male voices, one of which goes, "Humans have got to be the stupidest species on the planet." Huh. How do you figure? Well, other animals, right, they deal with facts. It's all immediate, just business, man. Just, I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna kill me, this food is good, this food is poisonous, this cliff is high, just facts, bare facts. Just business. Humans, we gotta keep making up all these stories, usually without any context if we want to think anything. You know, I could sit here and I could tell you a fact. I could tell you cities are bad. Cities are a problem. And that wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't mean anything. It would just sit in the air like a fart. But if I told you that when we created cities, when we moved out of a hunter-gatherer position and created cities, we created a divide in the world between the place where humans live and the place where nature was that has only grown ever since. That story has no context. It is not history, but it's a story, and you believe it, and it does something. We got to be the stupidest animals on the planet, man. And then you come to yourself, and you exist in this black void, silent after that. You're standing. You don't feel a floor underneath you, but you are engaging your muscles and experiencing gravity as if you are standing. It's a very strange feeling. What do you
Where am I? Who is there?
do? Are you
where-
just looking around?
Are you?
As you look around, you look down at your feet, trying to just see something other than you. And that's where you do, in fact, see something other than you. You see an old cheap plastic toy on the ground beneath you, or ground at your feet.
Yeah, and she'll reach down, pick it up, and look at it.
It's cheaply made. The shape of it is vague. It's obviously intended to be humanoid in some way, shape, or form, but it's so cheaply made that it's hard to tell if that's actually even true. It has like sockets where it used to have little rhinestones that have fallen out, and a few dull. I think you've also realized what's up, but a few dull glitters tell you that the plastic used to have glitter embedded in it.
Can I sense magic on it at all?
Let me finish the description first.
Okay.
Thin, curved pieces of plastic, so thin that like they were obviously intended to break, and several have, arc from its shoulders in the vague imitation of wing. And you can see as you pick it up, there's a lever coming out of its head, and you see little paper flowers that are sort of clinging to the bottom of it, stuck to the bottom of it. It's pretty easy to tell that if you push the lever, you'll get, a paper flower out from the bottom of it. So you want to investigate this in some sense. You want to detect magic through the words you used. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'd like to know.
Unless you have a special move, I'm going to call this call in a toxic power. So please roll me with spirit.
Okay, with spirit.
And ask me your question before you roll.
Yep. Is this thing magical? Does it have power?
All right, what's your roll?
And I rolled a 7 plus my skill, which I'm scrolling to. And you said plus spirit, right? Which I believe is +2 for me.
Yes, spirit is. So you
So
said
that's a
you got a
9.
total of what? I'm sorry?
9. Yes.
When you pick it up, you do feel a sparkling coming off of it, and you smell a familiar flower smell. It's not a flower that actually exists. You've only ever smelled it before in the presence of aura, of the end of all things. I forgot to read my intro text. That is a thing I forgot to do. So I will do that at some point later on in the session. You smell this floral scent from it that you've only smelled around aura.
And is it a figurine of one of us, even me?
It is a figurine of the end of all things, of aura.
Of aura itself. Okay.
That was the thin lines coming from its back, the flowers at its feet.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a lever where you can get a flower out of it.
Okay. She will palm that, and if she can, walk. Trying to find a way out.
You palm it, and your thumb catches the lever as you're trying to put it in your pocket, and pushes the lever, the plunger, really. And you feel a piece of paper fall into your hand.
Oh. What? Is there anything written on it?
As you unfurl this paper flower, you see it looks very much like a fortune cookie fortune, that very particular sort of blue and red text, particular font. And it just says, with each word capitalized, "Be here now." And scrawled in glitter pen across it is the word "help" in all caps. And the plunger slides up.
Well, then I guess run, don't walk.
You're running in a spaceless space. You're running in a nothing.
And I guess focusing on the power left in the toy, I'm gonna think of... I'm not gonna call them my friends, but I am going to think of them at least as the team.
You pull out the action figure, and you stare at it, and you think of the team. And you watch the plunger drop on its own, and another piece of paper come out.
And what does that say?
In the fortune cookie text, it says, "The past is gone and the future is fake." And then there's the glitter pen in all caps over that says, "Release me, trapped."
Then I smash it.
You throw it down onto the ground. It falls forever. There wasn't ever a ground there for it to hit. But as it falls, more of those paper flowers come flying up, and you can catch 4 of them.
Okay.
The first one you catch reads... Sorry, 3 of them. I miscounted. First one you catch reads, "Put a ring on it. They're circles. They never end." And then the glitter pen over it, "Starting to think I was never real." And then the fortune cookie text on the next one says, "Live in the moment." And the glitter pen over it, "Just an empty hope to mollify a rebellious people." And the last one doesn't have any glitter pen. It just has the fortune cookie text. And it says, "It may not be the best, but it's better than the alternative." And unless you have something to do, I'm going to read my intro text at the wrong time in the episode.
Yeah, that's a great time for the title screen to pop.
Title screen pops.
It's a cold open.
Season 2 of Sparkle Heart Magic Force introduced the Master Eidolon, who served as that season's overarching villain before going on to become the ultimate big bad of the anime. That season's finale was a 2-part episode. In the climax of the first half, Master Eidolon revealed to the group that the real name of Aura, who had connected them to their Zeitgeists and made them into the Mystic Guardians, was the end of all things. The concluding episode saw Song Guardian asking Nautie to arrange for a private talk with Aura, in which he asked the entity about its name. The end of all things replied, "I am the Zeitgeist of the final century. It gets better. It always gets better, until it can't anymore. Until history reaches my kind." 5 seasons later, the end of all things surprised the fanbase of the anime by not appearing during Sparkle Heart Magic Force's climactic show-ending battle in 66 million BC, despite having promised the team that she would come to their aid. The Mystic Guardians were on their own as they sought to imprison away the Master Eidolon with all of the lesser Eidolons in the Sparkle Heart. In that wonderfully pretentious way, Jikano Hoy, the director of Sparkle Heart Magic Force, a kids show, mind you, has gone on the record as being a fan of Canadian film director Denis Villeneuve. Villeneuve's influence can be seen in the director's various anime, which incorporate long takes, precise composition, periods of wordless, moody silence, and high contrast coloring. The filmmakers of the sequel series, Sparkle Heart Magic Force Go, took references from Villeneuve as well, especially from this quote of his. "I was raised by the St. Lawrence River, and I was someone who spent a very meditative childhood looking at the horizon. There are similarities in wintertime with the horizon. It's like something that has an impact on the soul. I think that my deep attraction to the desert is that the emptiness, the infinity of the desert is like a kind of mirror. It's like an inner journey, being in contact with infinity. It's bringing you back to your own humility, your own place in the world, your own singularity. Silence is my best friend, my companion. Silence is like a comfort for me. It's a mirror of your own inner soul. The magnitude is like a magnifying glass. I've been driven to bring characters into that space so that they are naked spiritually and psychologically, and you can explore like under a microscope and magnify their inner journey. It's like a quest for purity." After the credits finish, we open with a zoom in on Solar Guardian, who's just starts out as a tiny speck in a large black emptiness, and then we zoom up until she's filling the screen, and we hear, obviously from our perspective, which then eventually separates, and we see Nautie. We hear, "They are hungry and they are coming. They're hungry. They hunger. They're coming. Will devour they will feast. Oh, they will feast." And then Naughty just sort of stops. Its nautilus shell giving, allowing the tentacles to creep out with those little cephalopod-like eyes, butterfly wings holding it up as Cherry's keys dangle from its shell. You're not supposed to be here. It flies up and looks Solar Guardian right in the face, a little bit too close. And the keys jingling. You're not supposed to be here.
Where am I supposed to be, and who were you looking for?
I wasn't looking for anyone. I was looking for home. I was looking for home, for safety. You're safe here, but it's not good. You can't exist here. You don't exist here.
Who were you speaking to? Then.
Oh, I was speaking to the team, to Sparkle Heart Magic Force. They had asked me about the dust, and I answered about the dust. And they're coming. They're coming. They're going to eat. They're going to feast. They're going to eat. They're going to devour the.
Who?
You're safe here, but you can't exist. You don't exist here. This is not good.
You haven't said the name. The what? Who?
Oh, they don't exist here either.
Well, clearly, I can exist here. And if I don't, then they can too, I presume.
You don't exist here differently than they don't exist here. Do you not know where you are, Solar Guardian?
Explain it to me.
This is the moment dimension. It lies perpendicular to time. You don't exist here because you're only on one point of the moment dimension, not the whole moment dimension like the rest of us.
That makes sense. I had a vision. And it was horrible. And yet beautiful. And in it, they mentioned the future was dead. The past was dead and there was no future, I think. I was already here probably.
When you say that, you say the is dead and the is fake. That's actually what comes out of your mouth.
Yeah, okay. Do I hear myself not say the words I intended to say?
Yes.
Oh, strange. And I appeared here in the blackness. There were voices, men's voices. What was that about?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Never tell me what I want to know.
He took over. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Those voices, leave those voices alone.
How do I get back to the girls? If this is going to be useless.
You can. It's like Nautie is looking around, like it's looking for something. You can buy your way out using this, but you gotta be quick. Don't be seen. And
Okay.
Out of Naughtie's shell comes looks like a $1 bill.
And she'll reach and like pull it and
You pull it, and another $1 bill like replaces it, kind of like a paper towel dispenser in a bathroom.
she'll take a second. She'll just keep taking them unless he stops her.
They go for a while, and when you look at them, they're $1 bills, except they don't have George Washington's face on them. They have Reader Partisan's face on them. The mysterious frenemy who had similar powers to you, but was a boy who sometimes fought on your side and sometimes fought against you back in high school.
Strange. She'll like stuff them in her dress. How do I use these?
You pay your way out. It's the only way to escape. Is pay your way out, because then they'll let you. They just
Naughty.
pay the nothing. Pay the nothing. Pay the nothing. Pay the nothing. Pay
Okay.
the nothing. A door is nothing. A door is
Yes,
nothing. It's just a hole.
I
It's
read
nothing.
the
It's not
never-ending
wall.
story to where do I go to pay the thing?
It's everywhere and nowhere.
How do I
This is
get
the
there?
moment dimension.
Do I walk? Can I walk?
Do you start walking?
Yeah.
You,
Like,
you
and
walk-
encourage Naughty to follow. Like, do I walk?
You start walking. The dollar bills in your hand seem to experience a sort of drag on them, like they're not wanting to move forward as you walk.
They'll go in the bosom. They can't move from there.
They, as you continue walking, they're like kind of creeping up your chest towards
Huh.
your throat because they have this weird inertia situation.
Strange. Naughty, why are these pressing against me? It's like I'm pushing them through mud.
You have to pay. They want them.
Do I throw them? She'll throw
You-
one.
You throw one, and the blackness sort of gets pulled and ripped away from you, and you find yourself as this blackness is getting ripped and pulled away. You hear Tallahassee singing the song "Closer" by 9 Inch Nails. Cam, would you please?
I
us a-
wanna fuck you like an animal.
Like echoing in the distance. Yes.
I
And so-
wanna
no,
feel
it's
you
pretty
from the
close to you, actually.
inside.
You realize that you're looking at the other members of the team, but you're looking at them from much lower than you would expect.
Huh.
It's actually not quite far from where your head was when you were like 6. And the sound is coming from above you. And the camera closes in, like, smash cuts to Tallahassee as she finishes the song "Closer," and then zooms out. And much like Nanami in that one episode where she's listening to the bugged tape, which is a reference. And then it zooms out, and she's just in the middle of the conversation. It zooms out, and Tallahassee is on top of you, Sunbeam, strumming a guitar and singing.
Hi.
Hey there.
What's happening? Can you get off me, please?
Only if you want me to. You asked, never mind. I get off.
Wrong place, wrong time.
I run up to help Sunbeam up.
Cherry. Thank you.
Sunbeam, what? You disappeared in the roller rink. Why were you just a mechanical bull?
Was I?
I looked to tell. What did we see?
You
lot.
saw, you were really focused on Tallahassee more than anything else. So you saw very similar to what the camera saw, just because you were focused on Tallahassee singing,
Okay.
which was so good. And then suddenly you realized that the mechanical bull that Tallahassee was riding was actually Sunbeam.
Look, stranger things have happened.
Have they? Well, with us, yes, that's probably
Yeah.
true.
I thought
Hi,
that she
girls.
was just in the car.
Has Sawyer's attitude improved yet? How is she?
Look, Sawyer has never had a bad attitude. It's trauma. We just gotta acknowledge that. It's okay for people to bite. It's fine. But Sawyer has come around, and I feel like we are all kind of homogenous again.
No, I don't know if I agree.
Yeah,
with
so
that.
What do
shaking her
I
head.
see when I look at Sawyer?
She is frowning. She's got her arms crossed. She's leaning on the open trunk of her hatchback. You can see a pistol sitting on the floor of the trunk, and she's got a box cutter in her hand.
I'm glad
Like
to
I
see
said,
your mood's
homogenous.
improved. But a gun?
Yes, a gun.
Sunbeam, you know Sawyer likes to be prepared. And it seems all of our magic is going a little sideways tonight.
Well, that's true.
I'd say my magic's just fine, thank you.
Oh no, that was very well done.
I look at Sawyer.
Well, a fucking ghost came out of my car and stole the sword out of my chest. So my magic is probably not even there.
Oh,
Not that I'm complaining.
you lost it?
Didn't lose it. It was stolen. There's a difference.
But like, how about my performance?
Yes, 10 out of 10. We're all applauding, and I'm walking back to my my
I look at
trunk.
Sawyer.
Yeah. No, like I said, it's pretty good. I am impressed.
Oh. Yeehaw.
And then
Yeah, yeehaw. Sword digs out the holster for her pistol, tucks it into her belt, holsters the
This-
pistol, and grabs just a big rusty monkey wrench out of the trunk, then drops that into like her coat pocket.
Excessive,
I do-
but impressive.
I do have a technical question. Does smitten carry over?
Yes,
Okay, rock and
you
roll.
are smitten, you are not smitten.
Yes.
Now we'll say the pistol holster is a concealed carry one, so it's inside the pants. So it's a little
Yep.
subtler.
It's more about the wrench.
Try to pistol in your pants.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, that doesn't work because Sawyer's never happy to see any of us.
That makes sense. Yeah. Ugh.
oh well, as you're getting your gun situated, I come back and shing, I have the sword. The full, complete green Song Guardian sword.
I have mine, right?
Sawyer looks at it and crosses her arms and says, "No." Oh.
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 Did you just say something? I think you locked up.
Mm-hmm.
I said that to Solar Guardian that she is currently transformed and does not have her sword. She can assume it is in her chest.
Okay.
Well, Sunbeam, from our perspective, you disappeared. Your sword was left. Nautie landed on it, and everything disappeared. So, are you okay? Did you lose time? Do you know who Sawyer is?
I do, right? I had temporarily forgotten, which is why I said her name. But
Yes, you do know
okay,
who
yeah,
she is.
okay, yep.
Do you know the rest of us?
yes. How
Oh,
could I
good.
forget you?
You know the
Uh,
Muffin Man?
Who is she?
The Muffin Man, you know who lives on Drury Lane?
Oh, you're funny.
Oh,
I was-
we can still laugh.
Wait.
I thought it was funny.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, a little,
You
but
tried.
don't we have important things
Oh,
to
come
talk
on. I can
about?
see you smiling right there, Adrian. Don't tell me it wasn't funny. There we go. See you blushing.
Well, yes, but don't we have, again, important
Yes.
things to talk about? Like,
Um,
where was Solar Guardian? What are we gonna do now? What happened to Sawyer's sword? What's going
Um,
on?
first
You know what a
question.
Pomodoro is?
Sauce?
I was thinking more of the time. It's a sauce? I
Yeah.
just seen them on like the Google Chrome. It's like a 20-minute timer. Says when you're doing something important, you know, y'all always gotta take a break.
Have you never been to an Italian restaurant? Lots of vegan.
Yeah, I get
options,
pizza
you
all
know.
the time. Vegan.
Sunbeam, where did you go?
I was at Domino's last week.
Oh,
I was at Domino's last. There you go.
first question answered. I was in the, according to Naughty, the moment dimension.
Are any of us
Man.
familiar with what the moment dimension is?
Sawyer's just rubbing her brow at this point. She's like, it's just this bullshit
Like-
again. It's this bullshit.
Like the Buddha?
Naughty
Um,
Naughty does exist through Naughty experiences time differently from us, but you were in Naughty's dimension?
I don't know if it's Naughtie's. There was strangely, a few voices of men judging humans first in this black nothingness. And, well, I tried to move around. I found a toy I think was Aura. And then Naughty popped in. And, it was very panicky. Strange. Someone took over the moment dimension and Naughty brought me with secret weird dollars here.
Naughty doesn't panic.
Well, I mean, Naughty was kind of panicking last time that we saw one. I mean, what was going on about?
We were 65 million years ago.
No, I mean, just literally earlier today. Didn't Naughty say, like, the past will consume the future? Something? I don't remember. God.
The past will consume the future.
Well, okay, I don't know. Something like that. Something weird.
I mean, that's kind of like. Well, that is weird because that's kind of like what people say when they're like thinking about something a lot, or like when they like smell a nice candle that reminds them about childhood. Like, oh my god, my past is consuming my future.
Real quick, speaking of that, what's Sunbeam smelling in
Yeah.
this stinky
Yeah.
mist?
So Juicy, what is the you realize as the players have brought attention to this that
Mhm.
there is a mist filling the streets, and what is the most nostalgic smell for Sunbeam?
The smell of Cherry's cheap perfume from high school.
Ah, yes, I love it. That is what the mist smells like. Exactly.
It smells like cotton candy. Why?
Cherry would have a
Oh.
cotton candy perfume.
I think she's lying.
Oh, she's lying. She
Or
is.
do you want to figure out a person? I don't think you can find out if they're lying.
Jerry
without-
just believes you. Yes, there's something unnatural about this mist.
So Sawyer just hooks a thumb over her shoulder to the big brightly lit ad for the Sparkle Hearts Adventure Park.
That's what I was thinking, Sawyer. It's kind of funny because we are kind of like the past taking over the future.
Yeah,
Is it?
no, look, y'all would take your heads out your asses for like 5 seconds. You might have noticed that the fog's getting thicker the closer we get to that piece of shit,
I mean, I've been here
which
for like
is
5 seconds.
owned by those fucking assholes. And she points up to the big sign on the skyscraper that's barely peeking out through the fog.
Good eye, Sawyer.
You know, just thinking here, that is sort of also the nature of time. The past just consuming the future as the moment moves through the present. Isn't it?
I think that's the opposite of how time works.
No, that's literally how time works. I've already explained this.
Well, doesn't like the future like cover the past?
No,
No.
there's less
Oh, I
future.
think that kind of like sucks it along.
Because
No.
presumably the future's finite.
Well, it's like I don't know. It depends on how you see time, right? I don't
past
see
is
it being
also
like a
finite.
singularity
We're
or
asking
like
about how
change
time
and, like,
consuming the
multiple
future.
different
I've
like
already
timelines happening.
explained this. That's
But
just
you
how
don't
time works.
understand, like, if there's
Nah.
an end of all things, then there's only so much more time left.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's like
called
sucking us
entropy.
along.
Right, so the more past there is,
Sawyer's
the less
losing her
future
mind.
we've got.
That doesn't make no sense. If there's an end to something, then it pulls you.
Team!
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, and y'all have not heard that.
No,
Continue.
Sawyer just
Instantly stand as
throws her
great
hands
as
up in
possible.
the air.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Rin
yeah. My
immediately
posture.
like responds to this and like turns to Chariot. It's like,
Team.
By the way, Saul, the answer to the question you were asking in chat, upon thinking about it, yes, I do believe she was. Just wanted to make sure that was clear. Go ahead, Jess, and everybody else.
We can argue about the nature of time later. So, Sawyer, good eye. The mist does seem to be coming from the amusement park, which I didn't know they had built, which is great. Sunbeam, you said you
Yes.
heard voices. You said Nautie was panicking.
Mhm.
Did Nautie say they're coming to feast?
Oh, yes. I do think that did get said. Yes.
Yes. So, presumably that is tied to what we're fighting. So, we need to get in front of this. So, I think we should check out the amusement park.
Exactly. In the morning, we check out the amusement park.
Well, what time is it now? Out of character, what time
Yeah,
is it?
what is
It's getting really late. I got a show to prepare for, so
It's
Yeah,
I'll meet up
it's
tomorrow.
late afternoon, the time when the shadows get long and the boredom gets comfortable.
Gotta meet the
Everything
family
gets
for
quiet.
supper.
You have a show?
Of course, I got a show. Don, why do you think I'm in town?
Because Cherry called you. That's why I thought you were here.
Yeah.
It was
Where
just a little
do you have a
kismet, but
show?
I was here all. I'll never
have a-
stop having shows.
Tallahassee, we have things to do. You can't do a show right now.
My shows are very important. It's how I make a living.
Same here. I canceled all mine.
I took sabbatical.
Well, I'm sorry, y'all, but this is my fans. They're out there waiting for me. It's look, if I wasn't able to survive, I wouldn't be able to help save the world. So, honestly, y'all, I think self-care comes a little. A Pomodoro timer. I call Pomodoro.
That's
Not
okay,
the sauce.
Tallahassee.
The
If your show and your fans are more important, then you can go.
Well, hey, hey, Cherry, you don't gotta talk to me like
Cam,
that. It's
Cam, I'm going to
Yes.
use the string that your fans have on you from last
Mhm.
episode to offer you an
Mhm.
experience point to blow up at Cherry right
I'll take that experience point. Hey,
Do it.
honestly, look, Cherry, look, you're coming around here looking all cute in that outfit and yelling at me and making me feel these things, but you don't understand. You haven't been around, okay? Honestly, none of you have been around. How many times have you gone to see me ride on a bull besides what I just did for Sawyer? Huh? You come to one of my shows and you tell me it's not important.
I've been to your
Sawyer
shows, Tallahassee.
smitten.
Okay, so Sawyer.
Tallahassee
As this-
yelled at Cherry.
Oh shit!
We have a team full of submissives, y'all. It's almost like the game is
Sawyer doesn't want to get yelled at. Sawyer wants people to
Yell
shit
at
on
Cherry.
Cherry.
So Sawyer, Sawyer. Tell us why you're smitten with them.
Because Tallahassee is standing up for herself against Cherry. Mind you, Sawyer does disagree with Tallahassee's point, but she wants people to stand up against Cherry.
Give Tallahassee a string on you. Which,
Yup,
how many
boy.
strings do you have on Sawyer now, Tallahassee?
I have. I just went to my experience points. I now have 2 on Sawyer.
All right, and your Truth of Heart and Blade is called Undeserving. So, please answer the question: why does Sawyer think that Tallahassee would be wrong to forgive her?
Oh, that's easy because Sawyer is a monster and what she did was unforgivable.
So you just existential because it is existentially wrong to forgive you.
Yes.
Nothing specific to Tallahassee.
Well, all right. If I had to pick the specific reason, it is because Tallahassee is way too quick to forgive,
Ooh.
and so she doesn't think that Tallahassee fully understands the reality of forgiving.
I want that to be known. So, Tallahassee, please roll a figure out a person.
Ooh.
You can always
Mhm.
spend a string on Sawyer to improve your chances.
Nah, them strings are important.
Gotta save
Okay.
up for that bond.
I gotta save up for that bond. That's how we defeat Eidolons. Figure out a person. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, 11.
Ooh.
11. So you may ask 2 questions. I'm gonna, if you allow, because you're in charge of this, I'm gonna take one of those questions to be that you know what Sawyer thinks of you, why Sawyer thinks Tallahassee specifically would be wrong to forgive her. You can ask one more question from the list.
Okay. I'm gonna ask, how could I get to you?
How can I get you to blank is that question. So it's a goal that you want and how you're asking Sawyer how you can achieve that goal.
How could I get you to be on my side through thick and thin?
Oh, that's pretty easy. Take a hard stance against Cherry and her behavior. I think it's pretty fucking clear. Sawyer does not like Cherry. Like,
You're telling me-
Cherry's the #1 thing that she does not like in this
What?
situation.
You're telling me
So you
throughout
realize
the
all of
whole-
that in this moment, and then back in.
Well, I don't know if I do. Yeah, I would question that a little bit. You're telling me that outside of the mystical girl stuff, to get you to be on my side through thick and thin, I just have to yell at Cherry?
I thought you meant in this specific situation.
I mean, forever. Thick and thin.
Oh, that's tough. I honestly don't know that Sawyer even knows, because she's just been kind of ghosting through
This
much of
happens
her
above
life.
the table. This may not be something Sawyer knows.
Okay.
Because I don't
like
think
that.
Sawyer knows yet.
Hmm.
Because, yeah, like, she has trouble connecting with people because of all just the myriad of albatrosses strapped around her neck.
But Eve, we're asking Eve how Tallahassee would be able to do that with Sawyer.
I think if Tallahassee was to, like, help Sawyer while people are in danger, while innocent people are in danger and need help, instead, like, foregoes every other goal in order to make sure that they are safe, then that would get Sawyer in lockstep with Tallahassee.
Okie dokie.
All right, back in the scene.
I don't have to roll anything for smitten, right?
No,
Okay, cool. I look at Sawyer and I read deep in her eyes. No, I understand. I know how to forgive. I don't do it often, but you're my family.
Sawyer sniffs him. Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an emotional support.
Okay.
So I know I'm making you y'all roll so many things right now, but yes, can you please roll emotional support?
It's great. I think I get a negative to this. Great. That's fine.
Sawyer doesn't have
just
any
gonna roll hard.
condition. She's
Let's
doing
go.
fine. But thanks for the emotional support.
It's a 9.
You added.
So I have
You
a
added
plus
heart, right?
2 to heart.
Okay.
I did add heart, but I also subtract 2 because I have the guilty condition.
If you wanted to knock it up to a 10 plus, you could spend a string. You get a plus 3.
No, okay.
But so Sawyer, or Eve, your role-playing decision right now in this moment, after Tallahassee says that to Sawyer, is whether or not Sawyer opens up to Tallahassee. And in order to do the thing, you got to do it. So show it to us in character.
Yeah, I don't think she's quite there. Like she's already opened up a fair bit in like the last 5 minutes, so she's feeling pretty stressed out. So I think she just says, "Yeah, thanks, Tallahassee. Let's go to the park, okay?"
So before we get back
Oof,
to
that
what
stings.
you're doing next, before we get back into the conversation about what you're doing next, because you're smitten with Sawyer, Tallahassee, that refusal to open up stings you, such that you take a condition.
Mm.
Oh,
Which condition
God
do
dang.
you think feels most right?
I feel angry. I feel angry that no matter what I fucking do, I almost get there, and I can see that I am doing the right thing and I'm making the right moves, but it just fucking won't get through.
Mark anger.
Too much, too quick, so I can't
I
keep
know.
up.
I
That
live
was
quick,
perfect.
darling. 8
This
seconds
is
at a
so
time.
perfect. All right, and then y'all can get back into the argument about where you're going next.
so Tallahassee just yelled at Cherry. Unlike earlier when Adrian yelled at Cherry, which she was kind of impressed by. This isn't gonna fly. And you have that outburst, and she's just completely impassive, and she's like, I know everyone has things they would rather be doing, but there are faceless versions of us with our powers running around town, and it's probably tied. And I point to the billboard of the Sparkleheart amusement park. I was like, it's probably tied to this. So I agree with
You know what?
Sawyer that we should check this out.
You know what's weird, Cherry, is that individually we all saw them faceless people, and then when we got together, some bullshit happened. If we think too hard on them, they appear maybe. So why don't we take a little Pomodoro and focus on our lives? You say you come to my shows, Cherry. Where's the one tonight?
Ooh.
Cam, oh, I'm sorry. What did you say, Cam?
I said, where's the one tonight?
Okay. I want to
can
say
tell y'all where the one is tonight, because I've established the one. Tallahassee's next show is at Sparkleheart Amusement Recreation Park. Tallahassee was hired by Punarmritu Builders LLC.
Yeah. Cherry doesn't know that. So she says, I'm sorry, I was a little. What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I want you to say where she thinks it is, and then Sawyer's going to point something out.
I was a little more concerned for our safety than for your current tour. I'm so sorry about that, but I don't know where it is. Enlighten me, and maybe we can all go.
Cherry, and Sawyer just points up at the billboard. Where down in the corner you can see you can see Tallahassee's face.
Featuring
Oh well, I didn't know they were gonna make billboards. Kind of didn't want y'all to know about that. Shit.
Oh, so you were embarrassed about your job.
No, I thought Cherry's gonna yell at me, so I guess I yelled back.
So Cherry was also holding the I want to say she was also had the side view mirror from her car that Sawyer busted off. Y'all just hear a crunch, and she has just like crushed the glass. And that's gonna get rid of my guilty condition because I have destroyed something I care about.
I like how we both got rid of that condition by breaking
Yeah, my car.
breaking your car.
And she just like turns and just chucks it into the night. And ooh.
See,
So
Tallahassee. What if we all go to your show?
Well, now that you know about it, I'd love it if you came.
You know, it would
I
have been
think
a
it
lot
works out
easier to
perfectly.
avoid this conflict if you had just said all of this up front.
Yeah, we also could have avoided this conflict if y'all wouldn't have said anything at all. So I don't see your point there.
What were you gonna say, Adrian? I'm sorry. I'm
I
sure
was
that's
gonna
more
say, I
important.
think whether or not we could have avoided the conflict is behind us. Because this really, I mean, it works out perfectly, doesn't it? Tallahassee, you want to go there for your gig. The rest of us, or some of us at least, want to go there to. I'm not sure. But everyone wants to go there, so let's go, right? We don't need to argue about this anymore. The argument is behind us, right?
I know, but they're.
Mostly for now,
I don't-
please.
I don't know.
Adrian is right. It's somewhere we all need and want to go anyway. You get to do your show, and we can investigate.
Can we, like, stop somewhere first so I can get, like, a cup of tea? I need to really calm down.
Yeah, yeah. I
Cherry
think we
can
should all-
drive you. Adrian, you're with me.
Yeah. Let's.
What about
I'll-
Tallahassee?
I'll-
Where is how
I'll get there.
Tallahassee? Okay.
You don't worry about me. I'll worry about you.
Tallahassee, get in the fucking car.
Yes, ma'am.
Are Sunbeam and Cherry driving alone?
The tension.
Sounds like it. Tell us about that car ride.
And that fucking, like, loud ass V8 that's just, like, devours gas.
So loud. Cherry's so mad.
I'm sorry about all of that. But it was a wild blow up. Are you okay?
Oh, Sunbeam, you know me. I'm fine. I just wish, I've always wished Tallahassee would take things a little more seriously.
Yeah.
Like you.
Really? Wow. When you all asked me what I was smelling, it wasn't cotton candy. It was, your old shitty perfume from high school.
Oh, wow.
I feel like
Sunbeam.
that's an entice roll.
Yeah.
It is.
So please roll with heart, Juicy.
Yup.
I love, but dear audience, I love Powered by the Apocalypse games and Thirsty Sword Lesbians because as Game Mistrix, I get to sit back and watch the awesomeness that is my players play. And just every once in a while jump in with a, looks like you're trying to make this roll.
I've rolled a 5 total.
Ooh, even
I have
streams
+2.
Oh no.
Said 5 plus 2?
No. I have +2. I rolled a 3
Yeah.
+2.
Oh,
Rolled
not even
garbage.
strings can save you.
No.
If only.
Um,
Yeah.
God,
This
how
is-
do I?
Have you ever read Proust? I got this covered for you.
I think. Okay, you saying it smelled like my perfume. The significance of that definitely bounces off of Cherry. And Cherry's like, "Oh, I haven't thought of that in ages.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to go to the mall, and everyone told me it smelled tacky, but I liked it."
You know, I
That's-
did too. But it was cheap and horrible, and it lingered everywhere. And it was, I mean, who knows what they put in that stuff? It was probably plastic and uranium or something. Who knows?
Who knows?
I think I'm gonna wimp out on this and say, Juicy, just as you realize that the significance of your confession has bounced off of Cherry, mark a condition. What
Yup.
condition are you marking?
What are my options?
Pulling it up again just so I can take a glance.
Is always the bridesmaid, never the bride an option here?
You're thinking of Monster Hearts.
No, I know that. That's why I made the joke.
Okay. It's I don't know what you have currently, but they are angry, frightened, guilty, helpless, and hopeless and insecure.
Hopeless.
Oh no!
So mark that.
Yep.
And is there any more in that y'all want to do in that scene?
Cherry's just like, no, but we did have so much fun, even outside of, saving the world every week.
Yeah, occasionally it was nice. I do miss friends.
Well, we're all back together now.
Yes, I guess. Ish. But Sawyer's a real bitch, though.
Oh. Sawyer will come around. She always does.
You think so?
She just needs to stomp and complain, and then she'll be on board.
We'll find
just
something
like
for
old
her
times.
to smash. She'll be happier that way. I'm curious to see what Adrian will do now. Adrian was always so quiet.
I know.
It's
I
nice
like-
to see you, though.
Oh, and Cherry looks at you, and it's like the first, oh gosh, maybe sincere thing, other than being mad at everyone or like trying to be chill. And she's like, "It's nice to see you too."
It is weird, though, to see everyone. It's just been so long and life has moved on. But apparently we can't.
Oh no, we're moving forward as a team.
I hope so.
Meanwhile, in the other car,
Yeah, I think
Before
Sawyer's
we go to the other car, Sir Heckalot happens to be in the chat, which is making me super happy, blowing my mind, and has redeemed that I should pull a tarot card.
Ooh.
ooh,
Do y'all remember Sailor Saturn from Sailor Moon?
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's
nice.
fine.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Inverted.
Y'all got the
Inverted.
death reverse.
Wait, yeah, isn't death inverted like bad?
I mean, death is just change.
Well, yeah,
Inverted
but
means
I thought-
change for the worse.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
So it is bad.
I don't see anything as bad.
And we are also at about an hour and a half. So I am going to let Sailor Saturn's inverted form hang above you all like the sword of Damocles. And we're gonna take a 10-minute break. Thank you all for watching the first half of this show. Please subscribe to the channel. Gift subscriptions to people. Gift subscriptions to me. Because if we can get up to 50 subscribers, Baba Yaga is going to get a tattoo from this particular show, Sparkle Heart Magic Force Go. We get up to 75, we can choose where.
Nice.
So see y'all in 10 minutes, and do dream about violence against cars in the next 10 minutes.
Who's that target? Who's that target? Who's that target? Who's that target?
TikTok here, reminding you to come on down to Sparkle Heart Adventure Park, where hearts sparkle and childhood never ends.
Boys and girls all love to play at Sparkle Heart Adventure Park. They love to play the day. Who's that target? Who's that target? Who's that target? Who's that target?
Yeah.
Can we get a sparkle yee?
Sparkly.
Sparkly.
Oh,
Huh.
I thought.
Sparkle.
Wait.
I love
I don't know how to
That's
play.
great. That's perfect.
Y'all are gonna fail so hard at my show.
I've got a plan for how Sawyer's going to get into the show.
Buy a ticket.
This is so perfect,
No.
y'all.
She can't buy a fucking ticket.
Just I'll put you on the
She's
list.
barely paying for rent right now.
I'll just point to you.
Sparkle Oop. Welcome back, everyone, to Sparkle Heart Magic Force Go. I am absolutely flabbergasted that y'all have stuck around with us. That makes me really happy. Y'all are amazing. We have had 3 group flashbacks redeemed, and I think I can incorporate Sir Heckalot's card into at least one of them. But we are going to start the second half of this episode with a flashback to the first time that, if I recall correctly, it was Sawyer, Adrian, and Tallahassee were in a car,
Yeah.
if I recall correctly. So please, somebody tell me about this memory, this flashback.
Oh,
How
sure.
old are you? What's going on?
It's like, I would imagine we're probably around 16.
Yeah, 16. Driving for the first.
Yeah, Sawyer looks way different. I think she's wearing like reds and purples and other bright colors, and she's got like shoulder length auburn hair. Imagine everybody's in the same seat that they're in the future.
I think
Yes,
Tallahassee.
everyone, you should describe your 13-year-old self to everybody. Or 16-year-old self, excuse me.
Tallahassee's like stretched out in the back seat, taking up all of it, and she does not look any different. Same outfit. The boots might be a little more worn, a little less fancy. The denim vest might not have as many pins because all of her friends are always around her. But she is in the back and she pulls something out of the denim pocket and it's a joint and she starts like passing it around in her hands.
Adrian is in shotgun, I guess. If Tallahassee's taking the whole damn back, Adrian's sitting in shotgun. I think Adrian is probably sitting really stiffly because cars do make her very uncomfortable. And she has like hair that's like in a braid down across her shoulder. Oh, how is she dressed? She's probably dressed like similar, but somehow less, just way less cool.
Hey, Sawyer, you want to pull into that parking lot?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, she turns and pulls into the parking lot. She's got a bit of a smile on her face. It does not extend up to her eyes.
Y'all know what this is?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, really? You do?
Yes. Of course.
Oh, come on. I thought I was going to like do. Okay, you want to smoke it?
Well, I mean, that is what you do with those, so.
Oh, you make a good point, Sawyer. Always a smart one. I'll light it up.
We're not,
I will say back
we're
in
not-
the day,
we're,
Sawyer
oh,
did
yeah,
not go by
yeah.
Sawyer.
Back in the day, Sawyer went by Bella. If I recall correctly.
Bella. Okay. So you're all smart one, Bella. Bella
can't
the
do
ball,
that.
I used to say.
We can't. That's not a. Wait. How did
Hey,
you get that?
hey,
How did you
Adrian,
get that?
watch this. I'm doing it. Here you go, Bella.
Yeah, Bella takes the head off of it, holds it in for a sec, and then exhales and does just a little cough. Because she hangs out in like nerdy fantasy groups, and they absolutely smoke some nasty skunk weed.
Okay, Adrian. Now, are you gonna cough or not?
Me?
Yeah.
What?
Are you gonna cough or not? You don't.
Tallahassee?
What? You don't think you're gonna cough?
I don't think I should touch that at all, Tallahassee. Our brains are still developing.
Well, you better touch it because it's gonna burn out soon. Come on. We literally turn into magical people and fly and do shit. This ain't gonna do nothing to you. Look, if
Adrian,
it was
you
bad,
you don't have to if you don't want to.
you don't
I
have to
will
if you don't
say
want to.
you will absolutely get secondhand if you stay in the car.
But also, if you do it, then it's kind of like a ritual or some sort of magical spell or something. Maybe give us a special bond and strengthen our powers to fight evil. You do want to fight evil, don't you?
Adrian is like looking between Bella and Tallahassee, like,
When Tallahassee mentions fighting evil, Bella's eyes kind of get like 1,000-yard stare to them.
okay, okay. And then Adrian takes it and takes like one tiny little hit and then like hacks a lung up.
It doesn't even inhale. It's just all in the
No,
mouth.
not, yeah. And then it's just like immediately just like holding it out to give it to Tallahassee. And she's like,
Hey, I have my bets on you not coughing. You just got to do it more. Here you go,
oh
Bill.
my god.
Wait, somebody say something like fun, like cause so we can talk. That's what the whole point of this is.
Oh my lord.
Well,
Okay,
I'm
I got you. I got you
reading
one.
your MC.
What turns you on the most? Like think like 10 years in the future, like 20 years in the future, even like you think something so like primal in you that wouldn't change, right? But still, like if somebody pushed that button, it worked on you.
Kind of sneaky.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, like, what gets you interested in other people? You know, like for me, it's like, I love it when somebody puts me in my place.
Yeah, I think Bella turns around in the seat. It's like, what?
What do you mean, what, Bella? You
What do
never
you
like.
mean put you in your place? What are you talking
Oh.
about?
Like,
Like, just
Adrian is
some-
also
some-
now like turned around in the seat and just kind of like staring at Tallahassee.
You know how like when you take your dog on a walk, you have to like put a collar on them, and if they like want to stop, you like pull a little bit so that they know, you know, hey, it's not a safe place to be. You gotta like something like that.
A
I was
collar?
just-
I mean, like you know, like a simile collar. What are they? What are they talking about in English classes? Like comparisons and like not a real collar, but a
Like a
but,
metaphorical collar.
yeah, the metaphysical collar.
I was just gonna say armor.
Armor turns you on?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You know, like armor.
Like you want to fuck someone in a suit of armor?
I didn't say that. But like, you know, somebody shows up in armor and is like, I'm here for you. And I'm like,
Like
wow.
like a full plate, like one of those statue things.
But I mean, it doesn't have to be like a full plate, but like, you know, just like you're like cutting a heroic figure.
Oh, like
in armor.
oh,
Just
like in the
shut up. Give me the joint.
no, like in video games. Like I get it. No, they're oh
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
No,
yeah. You
armor's
know,
fine. I
like,
take it. That one's mine now. Yeah, I get that. I get it. Yeah, me too.
That one's mine now.
Okay, Adrian,
Fun
you got
fact, that also does it for Eve.
Huh? What?
you like armor? You like being
What?
put in your place? What do you like?
I didn't say that.
I'm
Oh,
just
I
asking.
like
No, those
armor.
questions. I was saying you got like examples now. What do you like?
I'm gonna Tallahassee. I'm gonna have you spend a string.
Okay. Could I partition you to roll in tasks instead?
You might also be able to roll entice. Give me a second.
Also,
Give me a second.
apologies
Taking away my
for any
string. I
crunching
love
happening
my
behind
string.
me. My dog decided to chew on a bone directly behind my chair.
Also, what is it about Southern accents that lets people just say random words in place of real words, and we all still understand it? You're gonna partition? I love that.
Yes.
Kind of one of the reasons why I occasionally let my twang out a bit.
Cam,
just
so
so
what
much
we're trying
fun.
to do is influence with a string. So you have a choice between offering Adrian an XP to answer your question, or asking what it would take to get them to answer your question.
Oh, I'll give you an XP if you want it.
Adrian, it's your choice.
Oh god. Okay, let me look at my character sheet. I think I have I have some XP. Oh gosh.
5 is when you level.
How much do I have? Okay, I'll take it. I think Adrian goes, well, I don't know. Can you not have a thing? I just like people who are nice.
Yeah, I think you cannot have a thing.
Is that but that's not like a thing. You were like collars and then Bella was like armor. That's
So, some people don't like spicy foods. Doesn't mean they can't eat.
I don't know, I'm pretty sure nice people's a thing. Because, I mean, some people like it when people are mean, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I imagine the opposite would have to be true too.
Also, we're gay as hell, so fucking do your thing, little lady.
So I think we might be able to cut the flashback there, as Cam got what he wanted. But I do want to make it a bit meatier. I want Cam to get a bit more meat. So as Tallahassee has mulled this over the past 10 years, at whatever frequency, maybe she thinks about it once a year, maybe she thinks about it once an hour. I don't know Tallahassee's life, but she's come to some understanding of why it's a thing for Adrian. So, Saul, will you please explain some of the deeper levels of why someone being nice to Adrian is what gets her smitten with someone?
Okay, how to phrase it, I guess, is the question. I think Adrian has just always had really high standards put on her, and just feeling like somebody actually cares about her and that she is actually enough is just really, you know? I don't know if you do know, but
I mean,
I hope that's enough of an explanation.
No, that's perfect.
it is. The flashback ends and the scene fades to black. Oddly, to the sounds of a car crash. But it is not a car crash in that flashback. That flashback did not end with a car crash. We hear, however, the banging and the screeching and the plastic and metal caving in and the glass of the window shattering, but we do not see it as it fades to black. And we go into another flashback, a different flashback. Cherry, would you like to describe the flashback, or Jess, I should say, that you paid for, since you were talking about you wanting a specific flashback in player chat? Would you mind setting the scene?
Are we doing the thing that
Yours.
happened to Cherry? Because I wanted like all of us is having a magical girl moment.
That
Okay.
one's like-
Yeah, I think it was that same day that y'all hung out. And it cuts to we were in the park, but just the nature of the Eidolons, they have changed it, and the trees have become like prehistoric. They're much bigger. So we're like in these massive trees, just like jumping from branch to branch, you know, shooting our attacks and slicing these Eidolons. And I know Adrian was probably fine, but you two, I don't want to say y'all were a little slower that evening in that fight.
A little bit giggly, perhaps.
But I think, and we're all here, and we're just in fighting fit form. And I think I watched Tallahassee just like beef an attack, like just miss. And the like squirrel themed Eidolons were fighting just zip away. And I dramatically land next to her. I'm like, Tallahassee, what is going on tonight?
We can do magic out of our hands. Think about
Yes.
it.
We can, and you should be doing it towards the enemy.
Oh, darling, everything's gonna be okay. I got this. I am. What's my guardian name again?
You are the Stampede Guardian.
I am the Stampede Guardian. I'm the thing that killed Mufasa, and his voice is hot as hell. Do you ever think about that? Just like the Lion King and how it's like that play that we're reading in English class.
I don't think about the Lion King, Tallahassee.
You don't think about the Lion King, Cherry?
No, I don't think about the Lion King.
It's so good.
I
That
think
play
about
is Hamlet as like Sunny with her like glasses and like her like perfect bob at the time are just there. The play is Hamlet, and just so you know, I was talking to the real squirrels and they said that the Eidolons went off in that direction. So if you want to keep goofing off, that's fine, but I think we should probably go fight things. Don't you think so, Cherry?
excellent work. Yes, Tallahassee, come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. She said goofing off and also that she was talking to squirrels. So I just. Yeah, let's go.
This is not the first time I've talked to woodland creatures or plants. You know
I
that.
know, but it's just like funny when you call me goofy and you over here like squirrels told me to go, but like it's real and stuff, and that's why it's wild.
What is wrong with her?
I'm
Is she
just
sick?
a little high. What?
What?
Am I sick? Am
What?
I sick? Cherry, am I sick? Am I gonna die?
I don't know what. Tallahassee, what did you do?
I just smoked a little weed. Does it make me sick? What? Do I look sick?
Oh my god, what if someone finds out? Are you gonna go to jail?
I told you.
Is it a what?
I told you, Tallahassee.
Well, I know, but like it's gone now.
Where's Bella?
Yeah, I think some guardians kind of like standing off, like leaning on a tree, and just like looking at her hands and saying, "Am I a bad person?"
Oh no.
Bella, what are you doing? Are you okay? Oh my god, did she get you high too?
Tallahassee, did you get Bella high?
Did you force
Well,
her
there
to
was,
get
like,
high?
There was one situation where she blew the smoke in my mouth, so she got me high a little bit, but I did provide the joint.
Fun fact, that totally did happen to me. the real Eve at a party with like this random punk chick.
Hot.
Bella's like,
just
yeah, that
made out
happened.
and passed. We like the smoke back and forth. It was the coolest thing. I never saw her again. I have no idea who she is.
If you're watching this, get in the comments.
Yeah, or the DMs.
Well, definitely.
I'll need to reconnect. Anyway,
Oh my gosh, is she going to overdose?
Am I gonna overdose? Is that thing?
No.
You can't.
They're-
Well, you can't really. Well, not. Well, it's. No.
Oh my god, what if I have to tell my parents? Oh my god, am I gonna get high too by
No,
being near
Sonny,
you?
you don't have to tell your parents, Sonny.
Sonny, don't tell your parents.
Okay. Okay.
Is this real?
Yes.
yes.
This is real.
This is very real and very serious.
The trees are
okay.
a bit too big for my taste,
We-
but
we-
this is absolutely real.
We need to go follow the squirrels.
Yes, but two of us are a
Yes.
liability right now because two of us.
Let's go follow the squirrels.
I'm not a liability. I see things different. I can see in between the squirrels.
Yeah, the fake squirrels.
I'm starting to think that this wasn't just weed.
They were really knowledgeable about it. They said it was something like an adiva or whatever.
I can't believe you two would do this to yourself. You know how serious this is, and you're both impaired.
Harry, I told them not to.
I'm sorry, Cherry. You gonna do something? Am I in trouble? I wink at
Don't.
Bella, and I wink at Adrian.
Don't, no.
Right now,
No.
like, I think that Sunny has like her phone out and she's looking up like laws, like carrying laws and like what happens if you get caught. So she knows exactly what happens and whether or not she's gonna get sent to jail.
Oh my god.
Can I try something mean?
This is
Go
going
ahead.
so well.
Oh, yeah, Cherry just like Tallahassee's taller than Cherry, but Cherry just like bows up on Tallahassee and is like, sheath your sword and go home.
Wait, what?
If you're impaired, you're a danger to yourself and us, and I'm not gonna sit here and watch you get killed by an Eidolon squirrel. So sheath your sword and go home.
Hey, Cherry, this ain't fun anymore. I'm gonna be okay. I can fight the squirrels. Or the Eidolon.
Can you?
I can. It's okay. I got this.
I mean, if you
I'm
look
not
at
gonna
the
let you down.
statistics, it does impair decision making at least.
Okay, but I'm not gonna let you down, Cherry.
Make sure that you don't. And then she like super magical girl jumps away.
With like glitter.
Yeah. And disappointment.
And with that's where we end the scene, is the glitter jump away. We did get another tarot pull from Archsage Mercy.
Yay.
And we got the Six of Wands reversed. So Tiferet of Fire reversed. And I think I know how to incorporate that. As we have one more group flashback to incorporate. This flashback fades into darkness to the sound of ambulance sirens and a defibrillator whirring up and EMT chatter. I need 100 cc's of blah 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 of Galadriel, stat. I don't know drug names, y'all, but I do know that there is a website where you have to figure out if it's a Tolkien elf name or an antidepressant. That's what we hear is that flashback fades into the dark. We open up on another flashback. This is our last group flashback. At least I hope it's a group flashback. After graduation, there was one more ceremony that might have been important to the Mystic Guardians. which was a memorial ceremony to those who had died in the last battle of the Sparkle Heart Magic Force. Those who had been in that office building when it collapsed that day. I am fairly certain that Bella was attending that memorial. And I am hoping, because it's supposed to be a group flashback, that others of you were as well. Who else attended that memorial?
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, no. Honestly, it's probably for the best.
Is anybody else?
Well,
All of
I
us
think
except
it's-
Barry.
Yeah.
How soon was this? Oh wow, because this would have been very soon after the final fight.
It would have been pretty soon. It would have taken a second. It's not like it was the next day. They had to organize
Yeah.
it.
They
But
had
would
to
have been
organize it.
within a
Like
couple
within
of
a
weeks,
week,
month at
right?
the absolute most.
Yeah.
Okay,
What was that?
maybe.
What I was thinking is like it was within a week, as you were saying, like not more than a month away. Yeah, like in that time frame.
Yeah, no. Yeah, probably a week or two.
Yeah, you guys haven't seen Cherry like since that night.
I think this is how Sunbeam knows it's over. Between all of them.
All right. So what's like the setting for this place?
So the setting, the scene, thank you. The scene is at the disaster site, which is still being picked through. It's not, 9/11 or whatever, but there are people who are trapped in the rubble, so they can't just bulldoze it away like they would want to. They have to take some time and care. And there are still rescue workers poking through the rubble behind the caution tape that is very visible from where the memorial is being held. So they have erected some risers, a small little stage. The mayor has spoken. Various other people have spoken. They've even had people with connections to the community from far away fly in, or maybe people who had relatives in the building. So there are some people there from Florida, there are some people there from Oregon, a couple of other states. There is one Indonesian couple who had a son who was working in the building, who flew all the way out from Indonesia. And it's a very somber ceremony with kind of like a rally, with people praying, people sharing remembrances to the crowd. There's lots of like, not never again, because everyone realizes that you defeated the Eidolons, but like that similar sort of vibe, like never forget is definitely stated a few times.
So they do know that it was the Sparkle Hearts that did it.
Yes, it was a big, giant fight before Adrian was able to cast the spell that took you back into 66 million BCE, which is why you had to destroy the building, just as a reminder, was to distract the Eidolons enough that Adrian could finish the spell, since her magic was fading and she couldn't do it as fast as she had once before.
So, for extra dramatic flair, I'm gonna say that it's also a rare desert rain coming in, and
You read my mind.
And I think for like this entire week, there's been so many talking heads going back and forth as to whether or not it was justified, and I think in the long run, they landed on like unfortunate collateral, but accidents happen and shit like that. And yeah, you see Sawyer, she is standing all the way in the back, and she's just been watching everything with her head down. I think she's come down to watch the site pretty much every single day since it's happened. And she can't bring herself to get close to it. Like, she's not used to it, but like she's just feeling something heavy in her chest that she can't quite explain, because this entire time, every time anybody gotten hurt from her actions, she just did not care, because it didn't matter, because they had to do it to win. So now that they've won, it's hitting her, and it's hitting her hard, that maybe they didn't have to do all this to win. And so I think she's standing in the back. She doesn't have an umbrella. She has not been taking care of herself, so she kind of looks like a mess. She's just wearing an old coat, soaking in the rain, and listening to everyone.
Adrian, if you had only been able to cast that spell faster, you had been
No.
at the peak of your magic, then Song Guardian would not have had to do this. How are you attending the memorial?
How am I attending the memorial?
Like what? Give me a visual. Where are you standing? What is your
Okay.
relationship? Like,
I think Adrian is probably seated like a few rows back, is trying really hard not to draw attention to herself, but is also just like violently shaking. Like, this, she blames herself for this. She's like, if my magic were better, if I were just stronger, if I could cast that spell faster, then none of this would happen, and Eve wouldn't, or Belladonna wouldn't feel that way, and none of this would happen, and everything would be fine. And she feels terrible, and she is sitting and she's just watching as she is like shaking, and like tears are streaming down her face, and she's not making a single sound.
she's just sitting like in the crowd. She's sitting on a bench somewhere.
In the crowd, she's sitting I assume there's like seats to watch, sit, and listen to people talk.
There's some folding seats set up. There's there's like one of those makeshift street ultra things that they do in these situations.
Okay,
Up
I think
against
she's
containment bends.
yeah, she's sitting kind of close, but not really, not like front row or anything. But she's like listening really attentively.
Tallahassee and Sunny, your choice as to who goes next.
I think Tallahassee is like kind of leaning up against something, like a large piece of rubble, or like, but she's pissed off because they wouldn't let her help, like excavate or like clean up, even though like she knows it's not her job and they can't do it logically. It's just that I need something to distract me from thinking about this kind of energy going on. A lot of like, she's not saying anything. She's kind of like kicking shit and thinking a lot about how if things were different, if like there was a point in time that like she could have done something that could have prevented this. Mostly just angry at whatever these Eidolons did. Just a lot of like confused stuff, because it's like up until this point she was that like naive, if I smoke a joint in the back of a car with my friends, like everything's gonna be fine even if we fight monsters because we have magic, like everything's gonna be fine. This is a big punishment. This is a big bite of reality that I think is like, even though they're graduating, is coming a bit too early for her. So just shit. Fuck. God damn it.
Okay. And that leaves, quite appropriately, I think, Sunny, as you are realizing that this is over. Victory has ended. Your friendship. And victory also included this.
Yeah.
How are you attending the memorial?
She's alone in the crowd, sort of staring blankly. It's raining, so I imagine her in all black with an umbrella. And it kind of casts a shade over her eyes, which all you see is like reflection in the glasses. Like peak, like it's got like a Dutch angle because anime, so like maximum drama in the shot. And you're looking down at her, sort of between faceless figures of people. And her whole purpose in life up to this point has just evaporated. And if only they had had a little more time, if only she could have studied harder, prepped more, practiced more, if she had talked more with the team, had been more supportive, she had done more, maybe they could have avoided some of this destruction. Maybe they could have saved a few lives. And there wouldn't be so many people mourning, and this would be a celebration. And she feels like it is her own personal failing for not doing better, for not staying in control, and for not taking into account every last detail.
Do any of you interact with any of the others during this memorial?
I think Sunbeam sees Tallahassee, then Adrian, then Bella, but never makes eye contact and sort of turns back into the crowd and goes home when it's appropriate.
I don't think Sawyer sees any of them because she's not looking for any of them. She is just staring straight ahead, taking it all in. And honestly, I think she'll stay there the entire night.
I think Adrian notices Sunny leaving and wants to go after her and say something, but decides that no, I shouldn't do that. I'll see her again and then I can talk to her. She probably just wants to be alone right now. And then I think Adrian sees Tallahassee and wants to say something, but Tallahassee is so strong and carefree, and she knows what's going on. She doesn't need help. She just came here out of courtesy, really. And then Adrian looks and sees Belladonna and is like, well, Belladonna never really wanted anything to do with this, so she's probably processing a lot. And then I think as Adrian is leaving, Adrian kind of walks up to Belladonna and just kind of like looks at her and doesn't say anything. Because she wants to see if Belladonna will say anything.
Sawyer does not even look at Adrian.
Adrian leaves. And in Adrian's head the whole time, she's just thinking, everyone just needs time to process this, and it's fine, and then we're gonna see each other again, and we're gonna talk about it, and it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna be with my friends, and we're gonna talk about it, and this is gonna have brought us so much closer together. And then she leaves, and she never sees them again.
I think Tallahassee is so close to talking to everyone, so close to going up to them, maybe has taken a few steps and has planned out some words to say, but then sees like whatever emotion they're feeling, whether it be directed at this or the reality of like what we are, what's happening now, but it instantly takes it as you don't want me around because I fucked up. And it's like waits around a little bit for Sawyer to leave, and as like the crowd starts thinning out, just like goes back and sits in her big red pickup truck, and I think eventually even sees Sawyer being the last one there. And as Sawyer's just like standing there and all of this, drives away.
Cherry, what were you doing while the memorial was happening?
Far across town, a little house and a little cul-de-sac. The camera pans through, and the house is just full of stuff. Just too much stuff, too much of everything. And again, it's the same living room from the opening credits where little Cherry would sit on her little clear spot on the floor and watch Happy Days. And instead, you see Cherry sitting in front of the TV. It's turned to static. And she's just sitting on her knees, and it's clear she hasn't slept. She hasn't bathed, maybe hasn't been eating. She looks terrible. And just the dry tear residue on her face, and in her hand, she has the shell that is Nautie when Nautie is not awake and being oneself. And it's just a fossil. It's just rock. And Cherry is holding it and rocking back and forth and saying, "Sparkle Heart, Magic Force, go. Sparkle Heart, Magic Force, go. Sparkle Heart, Magic Force, go." Over and over and over again.
And for reasons that have not been revealed, but matter to the present storyline, Cherry does not transform, no matter how hard she tries. And we hear, as the camera sits on her repeating this, it doesn't fade like the other flashbacks did. The sound gets quieter so that we can hear that EMT's voice we heard asking for a syringe of drugs a moment ago, saying, "Shit, I think we're losing her." And we smash cut to Jess's pink Trans Am, smashed alongside the side of the road, I believe. Jess, would you please describe the accident?
Yeah, just going way too fast on like curvy, rocky roads, the kind where like the side of it's like a cliff, and just anger and just pedal to the floor, and like there's another car, and that car doesn't even matter. Like it doesn't matter what started this. It matters that Cherry was trying to finish it and is like trying to bypass this other car, and then it just and it cuts to black and you hear the crash, and then it comes
We've
back.
already heard the crash. It's the
Yeah.
same sounds.
Yes. And it cuts back, and they're doing they've cut her out, and they've cut off her different pink jacket, and then doing CPR, and she just like gasps, and the same thing, they probably probably doesn't sound like anything to them, but she's like, Sparkle Heart Magic Force go, like does it again through the broken ribs and concussion and the broken nose, and again nothing happens.
Something did happen. When you say Sparkle Heart Magic Force go, it's because in that weird space between life and death, you had felt yourself slipping. You had felt your body growing cold. By the way, before I get too deep into this, welcome Raiders!
Hey
Hi,
Raiders!
Foundation! Foundation!
Hi
You showed up at a
Raiders!
heck of a time because I'm always doing
Raiders!
really intense things when people do raids at the end of session.
We're burnout magical girls meeting up 10 years after saving the world, and I'm having a near-death experience. Yay!
We love ourselves a near-death experience. You feel yourself slipping away. You feel the heat of the flames. This is the Six of Wands showing up. The heat of the flames from the car warming you, and it being followed by that impossible coldness that comes, that stillness. You find yourself grasping mentally, psychically, spiritually for any sort of lifeline. Visually, in the anime that we are showing, we see the image of your body on the ground being looked up by the EMTs, and this it's like when they do the photo negative on image manipulation programs, and you get that sort of neon neon outline of your body is just reaching and grabbing for whatever it can find, and it's not grabbing anything. It's failing every time it reaches out and grabs until it finally reaches towards 5 glowing images, one in each color of the Sparkle Heart Magic Force: purple, pink, orange, blue, and green. And you reach out for them, you grab them, and your spectral hand holds on to these 5 glowing balls, and you pull them towards you, and it brings your body, like that spectral neon body, back into alignment with your actual body on the ground as you pull these forward. And you Sparkle Heart Magic Force go. And we see those 5 colored balls drift off into the distance, separating each their separate ways. How long before the show was your crash?
It was a while because I had to recoup and fix my car, and yeah, because I had just fixed the car, and that's when I got attacked again. So
the pink dot settled into the wreck of your car after it left your body.
Oh.
And it stayed there for some years before it attacked you 10 days ago. The same is true, mutatis mutandis, for each of the other Mystic Guardians of the Sparkle Heart Magic Group. And with that, in the modern day, we open up with it would just give them a modern day moment in the car, because I don't think they've had one. Adrian, Tallahassee, and Sawyer in the car on the way to the amusement park, having finally gone through our 4 flashbacks.
Hey ladies, I have a little ritual before every show. And now that Cherry's kind of gone, she kind of freaked out last time we did this. Hold out a joint.
This again, Tallahassee?
Well, come on, we're a little older now. There's more science behind it, right?
So Sawyer had just like finished wiping off the remaining corpse makeup off her face with another merch shirt, and she's taking that shirt and stuffing it into her jacket to like cover her back, which is still bleeding a bit. And she just takes the joint right from Tallahassee and lights with her cigarette, flicks the cigarette out the window, and just takes
Yeehaw.
a big drag and passes it over to Adrian.
Oh no, that's okay. That one's yours. I got a bunch of them. Pull out like a cigarette case. There's like 20 of them in there. You want one?
Me?
Look, I know. Yes, Adrian. Last time it wasn't really cool of me to pressure you into doing this, but honestly, I never apologized for that. I'm so sorry. You deserve the choice. Do you want to do drugs with us?
Adrian looks at Tallahassee with an ineffable fondness in her eyes and takes a joint.
Yeehaw. Take another one out. Light it up, girls.
And then they do.
And then they do it, and then they smoke.
Hey, Adrian. Tallahassee was just kind to you. Are you smitten?
I'm pretty sure I'm already smitten with Tallahassee.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
you were already
really?
smitten with Tallahassee. I keep forgetting that.
It's
I've been
okay.
smitten
You were
with
already smitten with
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
Trust.
I love that I can't put all of this energy in when you were already smitten with Tallahassee.
I have been smitten with Tallahassee.
Now I won't lose it.
I think Sawyer, just this entire time that they're doing their heart eyes at each other, she's just glaring forward. That joint just like chomped in her lip.
Oh, Adrian does still cough a lung up, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, Sawyer ain't coughing at all.
Tallahassee does
She
smoke
exhales smooth.
And that seems like the end of that scene. We're gonna cut real quick back to the other car with Cherry and Sunbeam for a hot moment.
They both just say simultaneously, "We don't do drugs."
Don't do drugs, kids.
You know, we could skip getting a cup of tea, if you want to smoke.
Oh, that's kind. I appreciate the offer. That doesn't do anything for me.
No?
No.
It's all natural.
Oh, I'm sure. Just doesn't work. Doesn't do anything.
Oh, it's legal now. Okay.
I know. That's good for a lot of people. Just, that doesn't work. Coffee. Really anything works.
Really? Nothing? Caffeine doesn't make you shake?
Oh,
Oh,
No.
yeah. Well, then let's just go with the tea then.
yeah.
So because they stopped for tea, and because I think Sawyer drives high, don't do that. Sawyer, Tallahassee, and Adrian get to the amusement park before the other two. It's an amusement park. It's shiny, it's flashy, everything is smooth and plastic and bright and happy, and all of the music is in a major key. It's all very loud and attention-getting and lets you forget any worries you might have about the future or hard memories that you might have from the past. Just seem to disappear. The mist does get thicker. It seems to seep from everything in the amusement park. You can tell that just from the parking lot. looking in through the gate, you see it billowing out of the arcade games and streaming behind the roller coaster car as it screams by with people screaming. Do y'all just wait for the other two?
I think y'all want VIP passes.
I think Sawyer's sitting in the car, just finishing up the last of this joint. She's staring up ahead.
Yeah. Sawyer, it was
Ta-
very responsible of you to make us all get out and push the car because we were high.
Shut up, Tallahassee. Alright, look.
Tallahassee, I would love a VIP pass.
Are you going in a back way?
Ooh, spicy.
Is that a yes?
I thought you were gonna laugh at my joke. Yeah, it's go in the back.
Yeah, Sawyer doesn't really get jokes very well when she's high. They kind of pass right over her head.
God. Real.
Says, well, you need a mechanic on your bulls, right?
Sawyer, I do appreciate the scheme, but I think y'all could just get in.
If we just walk in through the front, we aren't going to see what they're hiding in the back.
No, I think I could just bring you with me in the back.
Sawyer, you do that, and I'll just go do it normal.
I mean, Sawyer, I bring girls in the back all the time. It's not a thing. Like I once had a bachelorette party of 24 come with me backstage, and it was all chill.
All right, I'll trust you.
I mean, unless you, hey, look, I don't want to step on your plan. You want to be my mechanic?
Let's just go.
Okay. We should probably wait for the other two.
Why?
Well,
Okay.
Tallahassee needs to get them, bring them.
Yeah, I need to-
in the inside.
What Adrian said.
They're big girls. They can figure it out.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Adrian? Do you think they're big girls and they should figure it out?
They are both pretty independent.
I mean,
But maybe what if they get stuck outside? So, and then you have to. Well,
Oh no, what are we ever going to do without
Well,
Cherry and Sunny?
here's the
Okay,
thing. I
that's
could
a
always
good
just
point.
send my mechanic out to get tools from the mechanical shed vehicle.
did you just call them
thing.
tools? That's not
Yeah.
nice, Tallahassee.
Oh, sorry. I was being a little naughty.
They'll figure it out. I'm sure.
I feel
they're
like one
independent.
of you is making an entice roll right now, and I think it's Adrian.
Oh, sure. I'll roll entice. Is that with heart?
That's with heart, yeah.
I don't know what my heart is, but I do not think it's good.
I also don't know what my heart is.
I rolled an 11.
Ooh.
It's a plus
A
0.
string on, I assume just Tallahassee.
I assume.
And because you got a 10 plus and Tallahassee, you choose one between get flustered and awkward, promise something that you think Adrian wants, or give in to desire.
I'm gonna pull Adrian in a little bit, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, after the show, do you want to maybe like hang out and talk about how things have been going for us? Because I find you very interesting."
Her behind her ear, and she's like, "That would be really nice. I would love to catch up with you, Tallahassee."
Well, then it's a date.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Adrian's face bright red.
I feel like I could hear Adrian's gulp from here.
Well, while they're discussing this, Sawyer is like opening up, like lifting up her tank top to like look down her shirt. Then she just reaches into her pocket and pulls out the box cutter. Says, "You know what? Before this shit fades, I'm gonna try something." She like extends the blade and just tries to sheath the box cutter in her chest.
Oh my!
Just in
I
the
think
parking
Adrian probably
lot.
reaches out
Yeah.
to try to stop you, but like you have already done it.
Can someone defy disaster on that?
No,
wait,
I
that's a
want to see
roll,
what
yeah.
happened.
I want to roll
I-
Defy Disaster.
Wow.
Can I roll Defy Disaster, please?
What was
I'm
that?
flirting. I'm
I
not
want to roll
noticing that.
Defy Disaster to try to stop Sawyer from putting a box cutter in her chest.
Okay, the Defy Disaster is going to go off before anything else.
Wow.
If she's
So
getting
you're
another
more
sword in
interested-
her, she's getting it on her own terms.
This will be with
That's so little.
What conditions you got? I feel like I should give you more.
this will be with Grace.
I think I have no conditions right now, unless Smitten is
No,
a
me
condition.
neither. I cleared
Clean is
all
not a
mine.
condition.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh. Not good. What do I add?
Grace.
Grace?
Grace.
Uh-oh.
Because you're
I
trying to
rolled-
be fast.
Yeah. I rolled a 7.
Hey, that's a 7 and 9 is a mixed feat there.
That's...
Um,
I didn't straight up fail.
you can succeed, but only if you break Tallahassee's heart by cutting and running from the flirtation and coming off as rejecting her.
No! Don't do this to me!
Do it,
Don't make
do
me
it,
make
do
this
it,
choice!
Do it, do it,
It's my
do it.
job.
It's a
Do it.
box cutter. She ain't gonna kill herself. Like if she hits her rib cage, like it'll just bounce off or break.
Break that poor cowgirl's heart.
No, because I think Adrian will.
Do it.
I think Adrian does. I think Adrian goes to try to stop
Yes.
Sawyer.
Tallahassee, you are no longer smitten
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
with
Sorry.
Adrian. And
Okay.
probably pissed off, especially considering you still have the angry condition.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't give you an additional condition, though I did think about it. Actually, no.
Can?
You know what?
No,
Actually-
no.
Actually, yes. With your consent, because technically this is punishing you for Adrian's decision. So with your consent, you can say no. I will have you stagger.
Oh,
Cam's not gonna say no.
yes.
How many conditions do you have marked currently?
I have 3.
So your choices are: you lash out at someone whose regard matters to you, provoke them to do something foolish or harmful,
No.
and take advantage of a strain on them if you have one, or hesitate or stumble and the opposition gains an opportunity, or you grin and bear the blow. Mark 2 conditions.
I'm gonna grin and bear that blow.
No.
So you've now marked all 5 conditions.
And I am emotionally afraid of this situation because I gained the frightened condition. So as Adrian goes to help Sawyer, I'm just gonna leave.
I fucked up so bad.
Oh,
And I'm gonna text my assistant, and I'm gonna say, all of the tickets that I left for the magical girls at will call, I want you to take them away.
Oh!
I fucked up so bad. Oh my god, I fucked up.
Should've-
Feeling
should've
very
just let me
insecure
stab
in this moment.
myself.
I fucked up so bad. I fucked
So
up
messy.
bad.
I am
This is
so
great.
here for this drama. Yes.
I love
So
my
much
players
drama.
so much, y'all.
What the fuck?
So as you and as Adrian and Tallahassee are like doing their close hugging, kind of kissing, making a date, suddenly Adrian's eyes focus on Sawyer, about to plunge a box cutter into her chest, and doesn't even say "excuse me" or "I'll come right back" to Tallahassee. Just immediately runs past Tallahassee, causing Tallahassee to fall on the ground. Because Tallahassee was, y'all were kind of using each other for support, and then Adrian broke that. So Tallahassee
fall.
full on eats sidewalk.
Never.
Adrian rushes over and grabs Sawyer's hand, and like puts enough strength behind it to stop Sawyer from plunging it down into her chest, but hasn't been able to take it away from Sawyer. It's just stopped the moment. And Tallahassee on the ground grabs his phone, sends that text, pulls herself up, and walks off frame.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna hold Sawyer's hand after making me a date. God damn it, I'm such an idiot.
No, no. Oh my
And
god.
after Tallahassee is gone, y'all can have a moment between Adrian and Sawyer if you like.
What? What are you doing?
You're putting a box cutter in your chest. Why are you doing that?
To see if I can.
You're gonna stab yourself in a parking lot, Sawyer?
Yeah, it would not be the first time that I've been stabbed.
In a parking lot.
That's not the point.
Yeah, in a parking lot.
Sawyer, that's not. You can't just stab yourself. We're supposed to be watching Tallahassee's show. And then she turns to gesture to Tallahassee, and Tallahassee is gone.
You still holding Sawyer's hand?
I think she is holding your hand. And then she goes, "We're supposed to watch Tallahassee's show." Oh, fuck. And let's
Did
go.
you drop the hand? Yeah,
Yeah.
she stabs herself.
Yeah, I figured. I figured.
And,
God, I
and
fucked
just
up
for
so
fun,
bad.
though I don't think they'll be able to affect anything. That's when the other car drives up. Is as Adrian drops the hand and Sawyer goes back to stabbing herself through the heart. So Cherry and Sunbeam, you see the very tail end of that sequence.
You know, I'm just so glad I got the lap song Su Chong.
Oh yeah, I got this rainbow boba swirl sprinkle situation.
But that's so sweet. How can you even?
Slurp.
That's great. And you drive up to see it. Like, the audience doesn't see it because I do want to end relatively soon. So the audience just sees the car drive up and knows that you can see what's going on right after that sequence. Tallahassee, you're walking off alone, and suddenly flying out from behind between some of the cars, you see a small little Nautilus shell with butterfly wings and tentacles coming out, and Cherry's keys somehow dangling behind.
It's the keychain. It's all the accoutrement, but she's got her car key.
Tallahassee,
What?
you're leaving.
Yeah, they don't actually want to be here. I shouldn't burden them.
They do love you.
Yeah, but like I can be a lot sometimes. I shouldn't pressure them to doing things just because they love me. They should do the things that they want to do.
A moment is a point formed from the intersection of two perpendicular directions of time. All of everything is in that point, a zero-dimensional space.
Yeah. You're always saying that.
It's always a lot, Tallahassee.
I know.
Everything is always a lot.
I know it is.
Everything is always all the things. If you break one bit from one bit, then your timeline is no timeline and everything destroys.
Yeah, but if I don't feel nothing, right? If I don't allow myself to let these people love me in the way that they want to, and I force them to do whatever it is I want, that's not living in the moment, Naughty. That's forcing a moment to happen. And if they conject on two parallel lines and form the zero singular and divide by negative infinity, well, you know.
Don't make moment happen.
Don't make a
Just
moment
live in
happen.
them.
Just live in the moment. That's what you always do. I mean, you live in all of them, but here, I'll honestly, you know what? Fuck this show. Really, if this is the bad guys, we don't need this. I could do some sort of like TikTok thing and go on the here. Your Cherry's keys. I'll show you living in the moment. I want to take the keys. And you know what? Let's wait for Cherry and them to go in. We'll take a little joyride.
Steal my
Joyride.
car.
That's living in the moment. That's not making the
living in the
moment happen at all. That's living in the moment.
Absolutely.
Going with the flow, no thought of future or past.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. There, you're getting it. No negative infinities. No parallel conjectures.
Any act of will unassuaged of purpose delivered from the lust of pure result is in every way perfect.
Is that the Bible?
Worse, Aleister Crowley.
Oh. Is that like some scarecrow witch?
Basically.
Okay.
This sounds like fun, Tallahassee.
Let's do it. You know what? If they want us to do what we always do, let's do new things.
And Naughty just sort of dances in the air, which causes the keychain to dangle and jangle everywhere, fly everywhere. Yes, let's do it. Let's live in the moment.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make a TikTok about it.
I don't know what that is.
I'll show you.
Excite! And then,
Sparkly,
zooms
sparkly.
out. And with that, yeah, it's a couple minutes early. We could have the reaction scene. So with that, we'll jump into Cherry's car as you finally notice the box cutter coming down to Sawyer's chest.
And this is after Adrian just tried to stop it.
Adrian tried to stop it, then let go, and Sawyer just went right back.
And
What
maybe we
hap-
see Tallahassee walking away.
You
Or no.
No.
probably not. I would allow you to make a defy disaster if you want to try.
I do like just missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
missing her. Yeah.
What happens to Sawyer?
But do you do anything?
Oh,
You
I
make
don't know,
any
we-
react?
We're
Like
in the
it's more
parking
like
lot.
what is going on there?
What the absolute?
And I think she'll grab her tea, like make sure it doesn't spill, get out of the car and start like booking it carefully with the tea, but like fast. What are you doing? As like the knife plunges in.
I love that. I have this image of Sunbeam running like a really annoying like office lady holding her tea so it doesn't spill.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of soccer mom energy here.
Yeah, definitely a lot of soccer mom energy. Cherry, what
Yeah.
do you do before we end the episode?
Cherry gets out of the car, like she does have intention to go over there, and then looks down at the side of her car where it's missing a side view mirror, and just kind of stops for a second and takes another sip of her fancy boba and is just gonna watch, see what happens.
And with that, on this cliffhanger of what will happen to Sawyer as she jams a box cutter, and y'all know no box cutter is ever free of rust. Those things are always rusty as fuck.
Oh yeah, no, this one's pretty heavily used.
Into her chest, a dull box cutter no less. We
Well,
are
she
going
broke
to
off like the bit of the blade at the front, so it's sharp.
we are going to
Snap.
end the episode.
Fine.
The final shot is just a close up of the rusty box cutter and Sawyer's chest as they slowly start to meet, and then credits roll.
I don't know why everybody's making such a big deal about this box cutter.
Because
It's
we don't
not
want you to
going to punch
stab
through
yourself.
a rib cage if it doesn't like get sheathed properly. It's just going to really hurt.
You'll bleed a bit at least.
Okay, she's already bleeding. It's fine.
We might get to see what the Adventure Park bathrooms look like, because you'll have to go
And like clean up.
mend it up.
So we'll do our usual outros, start saying, who you are, who your pronouns are, who you played, where people can find you, what you're up to, all the yammer yammer jammer jammer that the cool kids on Twitch do when they're saying goodbye, and then 1 star from this episode. Starting with, I think somehow we still ended with Saul last time, even though we went a completely different way. So Saul, why don't you start with the outros?
I'm Solstice. I use all neopronouns. Don't find me on social media, please. I was playing Adrian, they, she. My star from this session. Ooh. Crying, probably.
Crying is usually my star. I'm an answer. Juicy, your turn.
Yes, I am Juicy Garland, and I played Sunbeam, our solar guardian, she, her. If I had a star tonight, I think it would have to be all of the screaming at each other. Heck yes. Everybody get real angry, increase the drama, raise the stakes. And you can find me on the social medias at Juicy Garland and or at juicy.garland. Search one, you'll find the other. You can find me in All Our Faults, which is a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast where I play a real angry sad boy who does terrible things, and he's a vampire. You'll love it. If you love this, lots of drama. It's great. Yeah, and just pay attention to my social medias for any other things that are popping up in the future. Thanks.
So, dear audience, I also do wishes at the beginning of session, and Juicy's wish for this session was traumatize me, mommy. So, Juicy, did I fulfill your wish?
Yes, that was a close star as well. Was the like opening, alternating, like moments that really fed into her needs, and then also like totally devalued her and made her feel invalidated. That like alternating horror was fantastic. Give me more of that all the time.
Yes, we love it. Also, hi Raiders, we just got raided again.
Hi, Raiders.
I love how often this show gets raided. It makes me so happy.
Yeah, we're wrapping up our Over the Hill Magical Girl game where we all hate our lives and we're all yelling at each other all the time, and it's great. I'm a drag queen.
Also, Over the Hill is 28 years old.
Well, it's like for a gymnast in the Olympics, anything over 20 is over the hill for these girls.
Oh, drag queens. Jess, your turn.
Hi there, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her. I was playing Cherry. His pronouns are also she, her. Cherry's the scoundrel. Wow, my star, everything that happened with the trio in the car, I was like cry laughing. Like all of my makeup's gone, just gone. Like I couldn't stop laughing. That was amazing. And getting to show maybe just a little bit of what Cherry's been going through this whole time. 'Cause maybe it hasn't been that great for Cherry. Yeah, and you can find me over on Ballad of the Seven Dice, some of them with Eve. That's all fun over there. It's all on YouTube. Also am currently appearing on the Graveyard Tapes side story, Queen City Supers, where we are young superheroes at superhero trade school, and it's very cute slice of life, silly superhero shenanigans. Find me there. And I'm art_fantastical on everywhere. Online.
Yay! Speaking of art, dear audience, we are also doing fan art. Next episode, you will see our first fan art reel. So if you have any fan art of this game, send it in. Eve.
Hello, I'm Eve. You can find me over at Lawless Vic on the Blue Sky. Lawless Victory on the Blue Sky. There we go. Don't currently have any shows going on. I am in the market for a new long form show, so hit me up if you're interested. And yeah, no, I've got my resume all over the place. So Ballad of the Seven Dice, Brits on Bikes, the Seasons miniseries with Critical Bits, Johto 3 with Critical Bits, Spider Day with Critical Bits. Yeah, no, I do a lot of stuff, and yeah, a fair bit over with Ballad. As for my star, I want to say everybody discussing their turn-ons.
That was good. Yes.
It wasn't everybody yet. There are still two more.
The people that Sawyer is currently fine with.
The people that Sawyer cares about.
Let's not go quite that far.
Cam.
Hey, I'm Cam. He, him pronouns. I play Tallahassee Stirrup. She, her pronouns. You can find me at the Streaming Rainbow, on various social media platforms. Check out the YouTube. We're currently playing Welcome Back to Gillyton. It's like a mid-90s D&D solve a mystery campaign, and I play a very gay, very flamboyant satyr who really just wants to fuck everybody's shit. Yeah, my star for this session was enacting a scheme using the coin system of Twitch. It was a secret mechanic only I knew about.
That was so good.
Thank you. I also loved...
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. I also loved Cherry being the fault of it all. Like, finding out that lore was, beautiful. Oh, the car crash. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oops.
Oh, because Cherry can't let go.
Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
She let go so much that she had to reach out.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about this for so long.
She couldn't just live in the moment, could she?
She couldn't live in the moment.
No, she could not. Also, Cam, you used more words to say satyr than I've ever heard anyone use.
Thank you.
Because all of those words came down to satyr.
Satyr. Yes. That is Waterloo Sunset.
Hi, everybody. I have 19 names, and I have been your game mistress for this game. One of my names is Toy P. Salson, and one of my sets of pronouns is Fae, Femme, Fear, Fierce, Femself. Baba Yaga is currently spamming the chat with my various links because I have an ego, I guess. I have been your game mistress, as I said, playing everybody else, and I always say this, I have too many stars to count. I think my biggest star is finally getting some of the underlying lore out. There are 2 toxic powers in the game, as there usually are for Thirsty Sword Lesbians games. And I've gotten half the information out about one of them, and I have alluded to what's going on with the other. Neither of them has been completely answered. So, y'all don't know what Cherry did. So that was one of my stars. You can see me next. It'll be a while since I'm on anything else. I am in a City of Mist show on Singularity Roleplay called Breaking Neon, but I'm not in this month's episode because I will be at Clockwork Alchemy, a Bay Area steampunk convention in San Mateo, just south of San Francisco. So if you happen to be in the Bay Area and be the kind of gay that likes hot gluing gears into random spots on your clothing, you should come and check out me and my award-winning horror and Afro-surrealist author, Sweetie, in Author's Alley. I am also running this, obviously, and the next one will be next week on Friday. And will be an End of Love, which is a Dragon Age murder mystery with our lovely producer, Baba Yaga, who is the one who is constantly redeeming things in the chat and who's made all the amazing art you've seen so far. Made all of the art except for the fan art you'll see next week. Speaking of Baba Yaga, if you have $5 to spare, you should subscribe to the channel, or if you have more, you should gift people subscriptions, including me, because I don't have a subscription. Because if we get up to 20 to 50 subscribers total, we're only 22 away. Baba Yaga has promised to get a Sparkle Heart Magic Force Go tattoo. So we really want to do that. You can also hire me as a professional game master. I have one seat open in my kink culture centering game of Mage the Awakening. And if you visit the link tree and go to my start playing page, you can also find my kink culture centering, which has also been posted there, my kink culture centering in Nomne game of Angels and Demons, telling the small stories of returning kink furniture to the people to whom they mattered so much. You can also always donate to my Patreon if you just like what I do and want to help support me doing it. That would be absolutely lovely. Give me $1. Give me $500. Give me, I don't know your finances. Give me what you can. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching this fake anime that we have been enacting out for you. Hope to see you again sometime next week. And by sometime next week, I mean this time next week. Thank you all. Bye.
Don't come back now, you hear?